Okay, this is a video about a sort of shortcut for two-digit number squares. So if we have a two-digit number, let's say 54, right? Then in this method, you basically use the square of the two so that children get practice for the squares. So the 5 will give you 25 and the 4 will give you 16, and then you do 5 fours are, which is 20. So that's a square, b square and 2ab. So 2 times of this. So double of that, and that can be written here, 40. So this comes from here, times 2. And then usually this is fairly fast because the 2ab is where most of the addition and calculations are. There will be hardly any carry in this method. So the few advantages of this method is that children practice the squares. So 1 square, 2 square, all the way to 9 square. If they know that, they can constantly use those. The number of mistakes you make that in fairly less. Right? The second is when you do the 2ab, you just multiply two single digit numbers and then you double it. So either you can add it 2 times or you can just multiply it by 2. So let's take a few more examples. So let's say we take 96, then 9 square is 81, 6 square is 36, and then you do, so then 6 times 9 is 54, and if children have difficulty doubling, they can just write it 2 times and add. So here the only one digit will come here and the other 2 digits will come there because you are multiplying a tens with a ones. So this is 540 actually, 54 tens. So 54 tens added 2 times and 108 tens. So that's why you're writing 108 like this, skipping this part. Okay. So even for a number like this, you have fairly simple additions and carries. So if children practice that and keep using it, the squares get quite comfortable to do, and there are very few errors in this method. And then you can reiterate and say how does the method work, and the fact that you have tens, so that's 90, so that's why when you multiply the tens and then you have ones, so when you square it, the 9 tens, and then you have the 6 ones. So you get those 4 sections that we have always talked about, and these are the hundreds. So there are 81 hundreds, right? And then the ones, which is this section, is the 36 ones, right? And this is 81 hundreds. So that's why you can write these simply next to each other because they will never overlap. Because maximum can be 9. 9 nines are 81. It will still be only 2 digits. So you can always write these two. And then you have 2 sets of these, which is why we are doing 2AB, right? And these are tens. So this is your 9 times ones, 9 tens times ones. And that gave you the 54. 54 this side, 54 this side, total 108 tens. So a few things to watch out for here is that if you have this, you have 0, 1, well 0 you don't need to do anything, but 0, 1, 2 or 3, you need to make sure you make it 2 digits because this is number of hundreds only. You can't make it number of tens. So if you get 81 hundreds, right, 9 square is 81, then if I have 2, then I need to write it as 0, 4 because it's only this digit that is 4. The number of tens is 0. Okay. And then of course 9 twos are, that's 18. They don't know, they can add it 2 times. And then they can write this 36 and add. Okay. So the thing to be aware of is that when you have ones, twos or threes in the ones place, not in the tens place. Tens place doesn't matter. But in the ones place, of course if you have a 0 you can just say 8100 and you're done. But if you have 1, then you need to write 0, 1. If you write 2, you have to write 0, 4. And if you have 3, you have to write 0, 9. 4 onwards, anyway, it's 2 digits, nothing to worry about. So this is one thing to be aware of, careful of. Yeah. And that's it.